All right, so we just finished the live challenge. So every single time a griffin hits a spaceship, the lives go down. The number of lives are 3, and that's set at the beginning of the game. And once it gets down to 0, we have a final point that we've set a loop that waits until the lives are at 0 and it stops everything. So if that's the case, let's make sure that we're not just counting the lives of the spaceship, we're counting how many times you score a point. And that comes from killing these griffins. So if that's the case, we need a new variable that's counting the score. It seems like we can attach it to the griffin because it's really about when the griffin gets hit. And that means we can make a new variable that only applies to the griffin. Or no, because we're going to have that bat, right? So let's make it universal score. So if I make this sprite, or I make this variable for all the sprites, that means every single one of these sprites has this new variable that I made and can have it applied to every sprite from that point on. That's called making a global variable. Something that's only applying to one sprite at a time is a local variable, meaning it's local to that one thing. So if that's the case, we create this global variable called score. We're going to, at the beginning of the game, set the score. So the minute we click, let's do this. Let's go back to spaceship, make sure that we set the lives and the score so we can see that at the beginning. So we're going to set the score to 0 because every time you start the game, you want to set that score to 0. And we're going to set the lives to 3. So that happens, 3 lives, score 0. Now let's go back to the griffin, and let's say that once it's hit, meaning this code or this clone is hit, it's going to add a point to the score. So change score by 1. So once it's hit by the lightning or touching the lightning, it's going to end its movement. It's going to stop doing what it was doing, change the score by 1, and delete itself. Should be fair enough. Oh, my space. Oh, there we go. There we go. Score 2, score 3. Cool. So when we start the game, it's going to go back to, no, it's not. That's the problem, because I'm setting the score in one variable, or I'm setting the score in one sprite, but it's not actually setting, so that's the key. I need to change the score and set the score in the same sprite, because again, even though it's global, it can be globally used, but it's going to be locally applied. So let me do this. Instead of trying to put all that code in one place, I'm going to set the score here to 0. Go back here, take out, wow, that's because you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's because I didn't actually choose score. I chose lives. All right, so let's test this out. Whether it's global or local. Wow, I can't press that. There we go. Score, score. All right, score. Wow, I guess I can't shoot one of them off screen like that. All right, so I'm going to stop it, start it. There we go. So it is a global, like I was saying before. It's just that I didn't choose the right one. So score exists, lives exist, scores go up. Now it's time to attack that high score.